Welcome to HappyMind Nutrition, where we rediscover the simple, time-tested way our families used to eat. Today we look at old-world fermented foods like sauerkraut and kimchi that once sat in almost every kitchen pantry. These dishes came from practical needs to preserve garden vegetables through winter without refrigeration, using just salt, thyme, and the natural work of lactic acid bacteria. Many cultures across Europe and Asia kept crocks or jars bubbling quietly on the counter or in cool cellars, turning cabbage, radishes, and cucumbers into tangy, flavorful staples that stretched meals and added variety. In our own time, mainstream nutrition research points to the value of fermented vegetables as sources of live cultures that can support normal digestion by adding beneficial microbes to the daily plate, while their fiber content helps feed the gut bacteria already present and adds gentle bulk. This remains general educational and cultural information rooted in tradition, not medical advice, and individual results vary from person to person. We will explore several classic examples that are easy to find or make at home, always keeping the focus on whole food patterns rather than any single item. Sauerkraut stands as one of the most familiar fermented foods in American kitchens with roots in German and Eastern European traditions. Families shredded cabbage, packed it with salt, and let it ferment for weeks in stoneware crocks, producing a crisp, sour condiment that kept well and brightened winter meals of potatoes or sausages. The process relied on the natural bacteria on the cabbage leaves themselves, creating lactic acid that preserved the vegetable and developed its distinctive taste. Today, nutrition science recognizes that properly made sauerkraut supplies fiber, along with live cultures when eaten unpasteurized. These elements may support comfortable digestion as part of a varied diet because the fiber feeds existing gut microbes, and the cultures add diversity. Many households still prepare small batches each fall using local cabbage, continuing a seasonal rhythm that connects modern tables to older preserving customs. While some benefits remain tied to traditional use rather than large clinical trials, the practice aligns with current guidance to include more whole vegetables and fewer ultra-processed foods. Kimchi brings a bolder flavor profile from Korean home kitchens where every household kept multiple versions fermenting in clay pots called ongi. Cooks layered napa cabbage with radish, green onion, garlic, ginger, and chili flakes before salting and pressing the mixture to draw out liquid for anaerobic fermentation. The result was a spicy, effervescent side dish served at nearly every meal. Research suggests the combination of vegetables and fermentation produces compounds that may support normal digestive comfort when consumed regularly alongside other fiber-rich foods. The live cultures present in fresh, unpasteurized kimchi add another layer of microbial variety that fits with broad dietary patterns emphasizing plants. Families today can purchase or prepare smaller jars using familiar produce, keeping the tradition alive in a way that matches current interest in seasonal vegetables and simple preservation methods without needing special equipment. Old-fashioned pickles once lined American cellar shelves after summer cucumber harvests. Grandmothers packed whole or sliced cucumbers into brine with dill, garlic, and spices, allowing natural fermentation to turn them sour over several days or weeks. This method differed from modern vinegar pickles because it created live cultures through lactic acid rather than relying solely on acetic acid. Nutrition findings associate these fermented pickles with added dietary fiber and potential microbial benefits when eaten in their traditional form. The practice helped stretch garden produce and provided a crunchy, flavorful addition to sandwiches or plates throughout the colder months. Many home cooks still experiment with small batches using glass jars on the counter, watching for bubbles as a sign the process is working, which keeps a practical skill from earlier generations alive in contemporary kitchens. Kefir originated in the Caucasus region where families fermented milk with special grains that contained a mix of bacteria and yeasts. The drink became a daily staple poured over porridge or sipped plain because it kept longer than fresh milk and offered a tangy taste. The fermentation process breaks down some lactose and produces a beverage with live cultures that research indicates can contribute to normal digestive function when included in a balanced diet. Its probiotic content and protein make it a gentle addition for those seeking variety beyond plain milk or yogurt. Today's small batch kefir appears in many grocery stores or can be made at home with purchased grains, allowing people to continue a centuries-old tradition that turns ordinary dairy into something more complex and flavorful without modern processing. Miso paste holds a central place in Japanese home cooking, where soybeans are fermented with koji mold and salt for months or years. Cooks dissolved small amounts into warm water for simple broths, or used it to season vegetables and soups, creating depth from humble ingredients. The long fermentation develops umami and live cultures that may support everyday digestive comfort as part of broader eating patterns rich in plants and legumes. Nutrition science notes that miso contributes protein and minerals, while the fermentation process can enhance nutrient availability. Families continue this tradition by keeping a tub in the refrigerator and stirring a teaspoon into hot water or stews, preserving an ancestral technique that transforms basic pantry items into nourishing meals through patience rather than complicated steps. These fermented foods share a common thread of simple ingredients transformed by time and natural microbes into flavorful additions that once filled every kitchen. Bringing a jar of sauerkraut or a small batch of kimchi into weekly meals connects us to older preserving rhythms while aligning with current guidance to eat more whole vegetables and include variety in our plates. The gentle support they offer comes from fiber that feeds gut bacteria and live cultures that add diversity, all within the context of balanced, traditional eating patterns rather than any dramatic effect. Start with one familiar option, perhaps adding a spoonful alongside dinner, and notice how these humble foods fit into ordinary days. Subscribe to HappyMind Nutrition for more explorations of time-tested whole foods and kitchen habits that still make sense today. Remember, this is general educational information rooted in tradition, not medical advice. Everyone is different, so please talk with your doctor, pharmacist, or a registered dietitian before changing your diet or trying herbs, especially if you are pregnant, nursing, on medication, or managing a health condition.